Hello, my name is Isabella Perez, Recreation Leader for the City of Socorro. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before the meeting begins, we would like to remind our guests to remove all hats and silence all electronic devices. No destructive behavior or outbursts will be tolerated, and violators are subject to ejection and possible prosecution.
Hola, mi nombre es Judy Rodríguez, secretaria de Planificación de la Ciudad de Socorro. Gracias por participar en la reunión de hoy. Antes de que comience la reunión, nos gustaría recordarles a nuestros invitados favor de quitarse los sombreros y silenciar todos los dispositivos electrónicos. No se tolerará ningún comportamiento perturbador ni exabrupto y los infractores estarán sujetos a expulsión y posible procesamiento.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining us here for the Socorro Regular City Council meeting. Today is July 17th of 2025. It's 6:05 p.m. and I call this meeting to order. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone if you could please rise and stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll have our veteran here, Esteban, please lead us in the pledge. At this time, we'll establish quorum.
Ruben Reyes.
Yes.
Cesar Nevares.
Here.
Alejandro Garcia.
Here.
Mayor Rudy Cruz.
Here.
Gina Cordero is absent. Irene Rojas is absent. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Navarro. At this time, we'll be moving into agenda item number 4. This is public comment. Do we have any folks signed up for public comment online with us today?
No speakers, Mayor.
No speakers online? None on paper either? Okay. Okay, as there are no speakers for public comment, we'll go ahead and close that at 6:06 p.m. And I think Mr. Garcia.
Can we move item 6 before 5 real quick?
Sure, there's a motion to move agenda item 6 before 5. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? That motion passes. At this time, we'll be moving on to agenda item number 6. And this is a presentation to recognize our neighborhood Walmart for the philanthropy towards the 2025 Independence Day extravaganza. Mr. Reta.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Every year, we are super excited to not only offer free community events to not only our residents, but the surrounding community, but we can never do it alone, and we want to take a time to recognize and highlight the one community member who did step up to not only feed law enforcement as well as staff, but has also contributed numerous donations to the sale of lemonades, which helped give our interns valuable experience in marketing, salesmanship, as well as inventory, supply chain management, and other everyday skills, which is part of the curriculum in learning with the higher education program. Members from our local Walmart are here today, which we'd like to give them thanks. As I call their names, I'd ask them to please step forward so we can get some photos and then also take a group photo as well. We'll start out with Joshua Mitchell. One of our interns, Melissa Villalba, actually works at Walmart, so I'm going to ask her to help us if she can go and present the certificate with Mayor and Council. Next up, we have David Garcia. We have Itzel Soto. And we do want to recognize the store manager, who unfortunately she wasn't able to come, but she did send her associates. Ms. Hannah Burke is the store manager that approves all of this. We want to say thank you so much. Your donations and your philanthropy not only go to helping create harmony amongst our events, but we can't do it without you. So we're very proud to have you guys as a community partner. So thank you.
Thanks again, Walmart. We appreciate your all support towards our community here in Socorro. Thank you, guys. Agenda item number 5, this is also another presentation by the Summer 2025 UTEP interns.
Mayor and Council, good evening. This is part of our higher education program, which is the 2025 Summer UTEP interns. All the students that you'll hear from today are from UTEP with varying degrees, varying majors, minors, and graduation dates. They all work here free. They don't receive a salary, but donate their time in order to go ahead and get workplace experience. They're in various departments, which you'll learn from, and you're also able to ask them any questions at the end of their presentation. If you give me a few minutes, I'll go ahead and post that for you. Aim it towards this computer. You're going to push down.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. My name is Jason Vargas. Today, my fellow interns and I will be presenting the valuable experiences we've learned during our time with the City of Socorro. Each of us will briefly share what we've learned within our respective departments, and these respective departments being Rafael Roman in Grants and Special Projects, Jason Vargas in Information Technology Department, Viviana Soria in Communications and Marketing, along with Daphne Montel, Adriana Rangel in Parks and Public Works, Melissa Villalba in Human Resources/Administration, Luis Vergara in Planning and Zoning. Sorry.
Click down.
Okay, so I had the opportunity to intern with the IT department under the supervision of Esteban Gonzalez, the city's IT director. And might I add, I had the privilege of interning in the best department. No offense. Under his guidance, I gained a wide range of technical and professional skills, from basic tasks like printer maintenance and more advanced responsibilities like retiring outdated devices. I saw firsthand the importance of life cycle management. I also came to understand how essential this department is to keeping the city running smoothly. One of the major areas I focused on was network security, learning that the systems and tools that help protect the city's network from ransomware and cyber attacks. Another unique experience I was assisting with audio and camera systems used during city council meetings, which play a key role in public communication and transparency. I would like to add and thank you for the opportunity to grow, learn, and contribute. This internship has been an experience I'll carry with me as I move forward in my professional career.
Hi, my name is Daphne Montiel, and I've been a summer intern with Victor Reta as my supervisor. Over these past few weeks, I've learned a lot of new stuff, such as how to create videos, take pictures, and stepping out of my comfort zone. This internship has really pushed me to grow both personally and professionally. During my time here, I worked on several projects, including the transit introduction video, the intern walk-up songs, and the Meet the Intern post. These tasks taught me valuable skills and gave me the insight on how creative content is made and shared. When I first started this internship, I honestly did not know what to expect, but it turned out even better than I imagined. I gained hands-on experience, got to work with a great team, and learned more than I thought possible on such a short time. Finally, I want to say thank you to the staff here at the City of Socorro for making this such a nice and wonderful experience. Along with my presentation, I would also like to present Viviana Soria, She is also a summer intern here with Victor Reta. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it to this meeting, but I would like to recognize some of her work. Throughout this internship, she did work on the transit introduction video as well as the boo-boos for the Hispanic Heritage Month, and she designed the Harvest Festival logo. And with that, she also gained a lot of experience throughout this internship that she really wanted to show you guys, but unable to show. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to let me recognize her work.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rafael Roman. This summer, I had the opportunity to work for your guys' Grants and Special Projects Department under the guidance of Ms. Alejandra Valadez. During my time here, I worked directly with data from federal and state grants, including ARPA funding, other active grants, and capital improvement projects. My main focus was helping to organize, clean, and analyze the data to make it more accessible between both internal teams and the public. One of the biggest takeaways from this internship was understanding the importance of financial transparency within our local government. By working with the financial statements and dashboards, especially those related to capital projects, I helped gain a real appreciation of how our public funds are tracked, reimbursed, and reported. It was fascinating to me being able to work with tools such as Power BI to tell the story of what's happening within the city, from bridge replacements and road expansions to community safety programs funded by state grants. These dashboards aren't just numbers, but a real reflection of work being done, progress being made, and resources being managed on behalf of our citizens. Ultimately, this internship helped me see how this data is not just used to inform, but to also build trust. That's something I'll carry forward into my work and do in public or any private sector. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of this team this summer and helping me grow as a student and a future professional.
At this time, I'll go ahead and share the financial statement that Rafael Roman would like to show his supervisor, Alejandra Valadez.
Okay, so I was tasked this summer with being able to provide a bit of transparency on how the funding within our city is being used in order to allocate for whatever the city may need. I use Power BI mostly to organize our information that we have on the financial statements, focused mostly around the capital projects. I started off by breaking it down into its core statements, the first one being the funding source type. Overall, the entire capital projects department or side holds right under $60 million. So this entire presentation is used to help an understanding on how these $60 million are being spent. Using the funding source type, we have 4 types: competitive grants, transportation, stormwater fees, as well as the ARPA self-relief. A lot of people don't know what these things mean. I provided a URL link at the top where the total funding is. Users will be able to use these links to provide a bit more information on how we're receiving these grants and how they're being allocated. The special revenue dashboard shows how the city is actually budgeting the money. This is how we labeled it and use it inside our internal budget. It's split up into 3: the capital projects, the ARPA projects, and any other that may be relating to funding that we receive from the federal government. Same thing for the project categories. It breaks down way deeper on how we actually use it in the real life. Let it be through transportation, stormwater, economic development, anything that the public may see, anything that may be to their benefit. This is the entire capital project sheet. There's a slider on that table. You can't see it because on this PDF, but it shows almost all of the necessary information that may be of importance to the citizens of Socorro. They show when these events have started, how far we are into completing the project, how much are we spending on the project, who's in charge of the project. Yeah. This is our ARPA projects list. I won't go into this much, just to save some time. But the whole goal of this presentation was to make this information accessible. I want to see if I could work with IT to help bring this information online, help the public be a bit more informed, know what is going into the city, what is coming out of it. This was just a rough draft. I want to work more closely with our IT department to see what's more beneficial and what we could actually do. But it was really relieving to know that the funding that we receive within as a city is going to good use and helping the citizens of Socorro. Other active grants, any other type of funding that we may receive from the government and how it's being spent. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Esta parte de la presentación la continuaremos en español y antes de empezar les quiero agradecer a ustedes, miembros del ayuntamiento, y por la oportunidad de tenernos aquí el día de hoy, ya que este verano ha sido una gran experiencia para todos nosotros y así me gustaría abrir mi presentación. Este verano tuve la oportunidad de trabajar con el Departamento de Parques y Obras Públicas bajo la supervisión de Julio Domínguez y Marisela Corral, a quienes también les quiero agradecer por la oportunidad de tenerme aquí, ya que sin su apoyo no hubiera aprendido cómo la ciudad opera sus proyectos públicos y el mantenimiento de los parques, ya que al estar aquí alrededor de 2 meses estoy aprendiendo la importancia de dar este tipo de mantenimiento para atraer más gente a la ciudad. Durante este tiempo colaboré varios proyectos aquí con Julio y bajo el Departamento de Public Works. Y como pueden ver aquí en la presentación, estuvimos pavimentando calles, ayudamos en la construcción del monumento de veteranos y también tuvimos servicios comunitarios, también asistimos en el Día de Independencia. Hubo muchos eventos en los que pudimos participar siendo parte de este internado y también tuve la oportunidad de darle mantenimiento a los parques, ya que Julio requiere mucha ayuda y cuando pude estar con él, fuimos a los parques a hacer welding y a darles mantenimiento. Además, aprendí sobre el manejo responsable de los recursos públicos. Durante mi tiempo con Julio y Marisela, me explicaron que todo el dinero que viene a nuestro departamento es dinero público y es importante tener todo este dinero claro, y me enseñaron cómo es que ellos mantienen sus récords y cómo tienen sus auditorías cada 2 semanas en el departamento o cada semana. Esta pasadía me permitió crecer profesionalmente y fortalecer mis habilidades de comunicación y expandir mis contactos, ya que nunca pensé que voy a tener esta oportunidad de presentar aquí adelante a todos ustedes. Y finalmente les quiero agradecer por esta oportunidad. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Buenas tardes, señor alcalde y miembros del consejo. Mi nombre es Melissa Villalba y soy pasante de verano en el Departamento de Administración bajo la supervisión de Carol Calentaria. Durante esta pasantía he aprendido sobre la comunicación efectiva, cómo salir de mi zona de confort y sobre el servicio al cliente. Al comenzar no estaba completamente segura de qué esperar, pero llegué con una mente abierta al cambio y con ganas de aprender todo lo posible. Al final fue una experiencia de aprendizaje muy valiosa en la que crecí mucho más de lo que esperaba, tanto como profesional como personalmente. Por último, quiero dar gracias a todos los que formaron parte de esta oportunidad. Su apoyo y mentoría han dejado un impacto significante en mi desarrollo profesional y personal. Gracias.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Luis Adolfo Vergara Vargas. Soy uno de los pasantes o interns aquí en la ciudad de Socorro, en específico trabajando en el Departamento de Planeación y Zonificación. He tenido la oportunidad de trabajar junto al licenciado el señor Botello y la directora del departamento, la señora Quimiro. En las últimas semanas he aprendido mucho sobre lo que significa ser parte del departamento de planeación y zonificación. Del día a día nos encargamos en revisar aplicaciones de parte de los residentes de Socorro, también asistiendo juntas con varias instituciones y negocios sobre el desarrollo de la ciudad. Uno de los proyectos más importantes que este departamento ha decidido tomar es el cambio completo del Código de Desarrollo Unificado, también conocido como el UDC. Ha sido un proceso sumamente tedioso y demandante. El departamento ha dedicado varias horas cada viernes para revisar y hacer los cambios necesarios para la ciudad y sus residentes. El cambio de este código deriva de la falta de una actualización desde los 1980s. La ciudad de Socorro ha visto un cambio no solo económico, pero también social y cultural. Socorro nació siendo un pueblo basado en un sector económico en la agricultura, pero con el tiempo hemos visto cómo la ciudad ha crecido a ser una ciudad aduanera debido a su proximidad de la frontera con México. Con este cambio de código, el Departamento de Planeación y Zonificación espera a no solo renovar, sino transformar la ciudad con una visión basada en los cambios de hoy y lo que el futuro nos otorga. Por parte de los pasantes, le queremos dar las gracias a no solo la ciudad de Socorro, pero también al señor Reta, que nos ha dado la oportunidad de obtener esta experiencia valiosa. En nuestro poco tiempo estando aquí, hemos conseguido importantes lecciones y también lo que significa ser parte de la ciudad de Socorro. Estamos eternamente agradecidos por tenernos la confianza de trabajar junto a ustedes. Muchísimas gracias. ¿Preguntas?
Gracias.
Questions?
Would anyone from council like to make any comments?
I just want to thank you guys for your participation, and I'm hoping that you, in turn, gathered as much experience as you can. This is a great step to begin your careers, and wish you luck in the future.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
I also want to thank you. Thank you for joining us and helping us in the city. I know some of you had to work very hard, and some of you enjoyed the time with Victor. And
Always.
we really appreciate all the help in the event, the 4th of July extravaganza. I know that you guys were going back and forth and helping Victor and the city and everybody. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you take this experience because it's a different world when you see things from the inside and how government does work. So we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I have to say that I'm a little jealous of you all for many reasons. Les tengo un poco de celos a ustedes. When I was your age, I wish this was something that I was able to take advantage of. You all approached the microphone with so much passion for what you did here in the past couple weeks, a few weeks, I'm sorry, that you were here within our community. But at the same time, with a high level of maturity, you guys are so mature in how you represent yourselves. And that's something that we look forward to within ourselves here as an organization. Whenever somebody puts on that uniform that represents our city, we're not only representing the city as an organization or a governmental entity, we're representing those who we work for. And at times it is difficult to sit here in these seats at any department level and realize and understand what's our purpose here. Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Yes, we get up every morning, we put on our shoes, and we get ready to go to work because, yes, we're earning our pay. But at the end of the day, it's important to understand the roles that you all play within this community. So I hope that you enjoyed working with us here. Yes, we are a small city, but we're a unique one with a lot of flavor. And I'm sure that you all can compare yourselves to the small little hole-in-the-wall restaurant, because I've been to several of them, and I've had some of the tastiest meals there than the large food chains. And I think Socorro kind of has that same kind of kick and flavor. Pero me da mucho gusto de recibirlos aquí en nuestra comunidad, porque no nomás somos una ciudad, somos una comunidad que muchos hemos nacido aquí y crecimos aquí juntos al lado de nuestras colegas. But I appreciate the hard work that you all put into what you all did, and I hope you enjoyed working with us here as interns for the City of Socorro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, let's have a group photo with council and our interns. And if I can have Mr. Boteo, Ms. Candelaria, Ms. Valadez, Mr. Gonzalez, and Chief assist me. You guys are going to go that way. No one worked with animal control this year? No, she said there was no rabies shots and stuff. So before we take the group photo, we want to officially make you part of our team, and you guys are going to get your Socorro jersey today. So I'll present mine to my intern, Ms. Daphne Montiel. Ms. Carol Candelaria will present hers to her intern, Melissa Villalba. Mr. Gonzalez will present his jersey to his intern, Jason Vargas. Ms. Valadez will present hers to her intern, Rafael Roman. Mr. Boteo will present to his intern, Luis Vegarra. And our Chief of Police will be presenting the jersey to our Parks and Public Works intern, Adrian Rangel. You guys have worked an average of about 29 to 30 hours a week over the course of 2 months, which is over 3,000 hours. You guys have put in long days and have studied really hard. We don't want you to stop. You are encouraged to come back and be interns in other semesters. And we also encourage you to take every opportunity to become part of the Socorro family and keep an eye posted on all of our job openings. As part of our strategic plan, we do listen to council in all of their infinite wisdom, and this is how we attribute to us growing and developing our team and also our workforce by also learning about technology, which many of our interns provide us education in as well. Can I have a photo with all of the department heads that have an intern? Will you take our photo?
Thanks again, y'all, for the presentation. I think y'all can go home already, right? You guys, there's no overtime here. Y'all have a good evening. At this time, we'll move into the consent agenda.
Motion to consent agenda?
Second.
Motion to approve consent agenda?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Moving into the regular agenda. This is agenda item number 9. This is a public hearing of an ordinance approving a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request from section 38-8.2 preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C, engineering reports to waive the storm drainage plan required for the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision being track 13-N, track 13-N-3, and track 13R2, Block 1, Socorro Grant, and located at 841 Little Corina Avenue in Socorro, Texas. It's now 6:34 p.m. and the public hearing is now open.
No speakers, Mayor.
As there are no speakers, we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing also at 6:34 p.m. Agenda item number 10, this is the second reading and adoption of an ordinance approving a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request from section 38-8.2 preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C, engineering reports, to waive the storm drainage plan requirement for the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision being track 13N, track 13N-3, and track 13R-2, block 1, Socorro Grant, and located at 841 Little Corina Avenue in Socorro, Texas.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. Jose Botello, planner with the City of Socorro. Item number 10 on the agenda is the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision preliminary plat, final plat, and waiver request. If you give me just a moment, there we go. So some general information on this subdivision. The property address is 841 Little Corina Avenue. The property owners are Jose Raul Castrillon and Ms. Olivia Castrillon. The representative is Mr. Victor and Jessica Delgado. The lot size is 3.56 acres. The property is currently zoned A1, which is agricultural, and the land use is agricultural and residential. And once again, the summary is for the request of approval for a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request for the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision. Staff is recommending approval of the waiver request from section 38-8.2 preliminary plat, plans and data, subsection C, under engineering reports. And this is to waive the storm water drainage plan requirements. And we're also recommending approval of the preliminary and final plat for the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision, with the condition that the engineering review comments are met prior to recording of the final plat. The Planning and Zoning Commissioners recommended approval with staff recommendations at their June 17th, 2025 meeting. And so the property is situated along between Corina Avenue and Castlefin, within close vicinity to the Y303 lateral. This is the zoning map. The property is outlined in the thick yellow line. The green overlay is denoting the A1 agricultural zoning district. These are some pictures taken of the property from Little Corina Avenue and Castlefin Drive, followed by an aerial image showing the property platting. And then you'll see the preliminary plat outlining the intent to establish these 3 residential lots, followed by the final plat. And this is the waiver request letter that was submitted by the applicant stating the reasons for the waiver request. The most important being the fact that they will be continuing to utilize their property for agricultural purposes. And so the stormwater drainage requirements would affect them, once they decide to irrigate their land. Typically the ponding areas is what collect the water, and so it would be counterproductive for them to follow this stormwater drainage plan requirement, which is why we're recommending approval to waive it. And so once again, the request is for approval of a preliminary and final plat with a waiver request for the Delgado Unit 1 subdivision. At this time, staff can answer any questions. We also have one of the representatives, Mr. Victor Delgado, present to answer any questions as well.
Do any members of council have any questions for this item here? The only question that I have is, I want to make sure that we're not landlocking any of those residential properties the way they're going to be platted.
No, so this is an attempt to, Castlefin and Little Corina are private right-of-ways, and so this is an attempt to establish the public right-of-way through the dedication of their proportionate share for Little Corina and Castlefin Drive, so that future residents can, once development access, yes, sir.
Right.
Correct.
Good. Because as y'all know, Socorro, there's a lot of old farm roads, and where at one time the original owners allowed traffic of neighbors to come in. We're seeing now grandchildren have now inherited these properties, and they have sealed off those entryways with every right to. It is their right to, but again, those were done with gentlemen's handshakes, and we want to make sure that we're not approving those types of developments anymore. So there was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're moving on to the Human Resources section of this council meeting here with agenda item number 11. This is the discussion and action on approving the job descriptions for the custodial on-site program director.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Carol Candelaria here, HR Director. So this item number 11 is the action to approve the new job description for the custodial on-site program director position. This approval is contingent upon the approval of the Intergovernmental Support Agreement, also known as IGSA, for the custodial services at the U.S. Army Garrison, Fort Bliss, Texas. The position is funded through IGSA and will be under the Custodian Services Department. I am available for any questions, should you have any.
Any questions on this item? Council? No? There's no questions. Sorry?
Good.
Okay. There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item number 12, this is also discussion and action on approving the job descriptions for custodial supervisor.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. This item, number 12, is also for the action and approval of a new job description for the custodial supervisor's position. This also is contingent upon the approval of the Intergovernmental Support Agreement, also known as IGSA, for the custodial services for the U.S. Army Garrison on Fort Bliss, Texas. This position is also funded by IGSA and will be under the Custodial Services Department. I'm available for any questions, should any of you have any.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Agenda item number 13, this is also a discussion and action item on approving the job descriptions for custodian.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Again, thank you, Mayor and Council. This item number 13 is also for the action to approve the new job description for the custodial positions, also contingent upon the approval of the Intergovernmental Support Agreement, also known as IGSA, for custodial services at the U.S. Army Garrison, Fort Bliss. This position is also funded through IGSA and will be under the Custodian Services Department. I'm available for any questions, should you have any.
Any questions or comments? No, there was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion also carries. Agenda item number 14, this is the discussion and action on approving the job descriptions for the transit driver.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. This item number 14 is the action approval for the new job description for the transit driver position. This position will be under the transit services overseen by the City Communications Director and Historical Preservation Officer. I'm available for any questions, should any of you have any at this time.
Any questions or comments on this item? No. Did we not have all positions filled for the transit, or did
What
we-
we've done at this time, sir, there are interim positions, so we are waiting for the approval of the job description, which at that time we will post for the drivers to see who's interested in the position, at which
Okay.
time then we'll do our panel interviews and do what we need to do.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Candelaria.
You're welcome, sir.
There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. We're
Thank
now
you all.
moving on.
Thank you all. Have a
Thank
good
you, Ms.
evening.
Candelaria. Thank you. Moving on to our police department. This is agenda item number 15. Discussion and action to approve an interlocal agreement between the City of Socorro Police Department and the County of El Paso for the incinerator use.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Robert Rojas, proud Chief of Police of the City of Socorro. So I'm here before you to ask, the City of Socorro Police Department is requesting approval to enter into an interlocal agreement with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office and the County of El Paso for the use of the county-owned incinerator to destroy confiscated narcotics. The agreement will allow SPD to dispose of narcotics in compliance with state law under controlled procedures managed by the Sheriff's Office. I'm here to answer any questions if you have.
Do any members of council have any questions or comments for this item? Chief, did we not have an incinerator on site at one point?
Not that I know of as far as the city of Socorro, right? My understanding, actually, because I came from the sheriff's office, this is the only one in the region, right? If I'm not mistaken, the closest one in Texas is Lubbock, and only because I saw it the other day when I was in Lubbock. So kind of the sheriff's office has theirs. They've invested that county money. I know that the sheriff's office does this for many federal agencies, the El Paso Police Department, ourselves, Horizon PD, all the outlying agencies, because it is a substantial amount of funding that's required to even create it and then upkeep it.
Right, absolutely. And through the interlocal agreement, will there be any financial impact to the city of Socorro for this?
So it's $1.25 a pound is what the sheriff's office charges us, or the county of El Paso charges us. It's actually just enough for them to recoup their losses of the personnel. So they have to actually have personnel on site with us when we do incinerate, and to make sure that it is from start to finish. And then they also end up cleaning the incinerator and then the disposal of the ashes when it's done. So that's really what the sheriff's office, coming from there and knowing what Sheriff Ugarte is doing there as well now. It's $1.25 just to recoup the losses, so they're not making a profit on us or anything like that.
So I'd cost $250 and some change to be incinerated. Okay, all right.
It's much cheaper.
Well,
we do not incinerate humans. Just so we're the narcotics
only narcotics, right? All right, I'll let the family know. There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. We're now moving on to our city manager. This is agenda item number 16. This is the discussion and action to approve election services contract with the County of El Paso and to authorize the city manager and her designee to execute the same.
Motion to approve. Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Victor Perez, Deputy City Manager for the city. For you, for consideration, we have the election contract for the 2025 general election for November 4th, 2025, to elect representatives for districts 1, 2, and 3. The election services contract is a standard instrument used between the city of Socorro and the County of El Paso during the city's election cycle. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Do any members of council have any questions or comments on this item here? No? Okay. There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Agenda item number 17, this is a discussion and action to cancel the budget workshop meeting of July 26, 2025, and move it to August 2nd, 2025 at 8 a.m.
Motion to approve. Second.
Again, good afternoon, or rather good evening, Mayor and Council. The discussion here is that the City of El Paso Tax Office is expecting certified property values by July 25th, and that runs too close to the July 26th meeting that we had originally proposed, because they will be needing more information from the city to prepare our tax worksheets. So the meeting proposed for August 2nd will be more robust with information at that time.
Okay. There was a motion and second on this item. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. So at this time, let's all take some time and mark our calendars for August 2nd, 8 a.m. for the newly scheduled budget workshop. And the next agenda item, are there any items for 18 through 20 for discussion? No? Would any member like to entertain a motion to delete items 18 through 20?
I'd like to make a motion to delete items 18 through 20.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, that motion passes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. At this time, we will adjourn at 6:48 p.m. Thank you all.